Ooh. Not that common, baby. I'm still sickening at running on black people time, bitch. If it was up to me, I would have never started. Listen. And we here, whore. I was just trying to get these lashes together, honey, and they are the devil, child. And if at any point you see me throwing the fuck on the ground, it is what it is. First of all, let's give a moment of silence for Instagram, because you really thought you had me, and you really thought you took me out.
So we can drink and let it slide. Never thought I'd get this far. Got the channel entourage. Put in the late nights just to keep it burning. So my team don't ever have to worry. So my mama is so tired. Cause you can't take it with you when you're gone.
No, it took to get here. Things that get. Hey, but guess what, baby? We still here. No, they don't know what it took to get here. Uh, so just party, my honey, on my mind. It's all me, you excited, but so used to the first I view. I could lie, not a night, another night, to the night. It's high to you, but that's what I do. Bird's eye view, Instagram headquarters. Hey, yeah, yeah. There's nothing you can stop over here. I mean, well, I think that you could. We are here at episode 14 because we had to move our party over to YouTube anyway. If you're following Wikipedia, then you might be like, Ricky ain't post all at all today. I do be taking sabbaticals, and I have to take breaks because unfortunately I don't know everybody that's watching my life. And even though I don't keep up with their Joneses. So the main page has been disabled. Y'all know what time it is, baby. It's not the first time and it won't be the last. But for all my loyal Reiki Nation out there, the big shit supporters, they know to follow the backup, and they have been following the backup, and they've been seeing the course of events that has been transpiring, unfortunately. But it'll be back because we're still here 5 years later. Wikipedia has been doing its thing, and I have been evolving into the nasty ass bitch that I was called to be. But there's one person who has always been a bit stagnant. And I said stagnant because, say no Tony Braxton enunciation over here. And this ain't no Beyonce, Giselle, Carter, Jezebel, Breath, Nose, Eva. She's talking about how she's a new improved Beyonce and how House of Darion flopping was not a representation of how Avi Flop is going to perform. But I beg to differ, honey. You 50. Get a job, ho. She did a Harper's Bazaar magazine interview, and she barely does interviews, and she talked about her thoughts on privacy, saying how she kept all her business hers, and she didn't really do interviews, didn't really stop for paparazzi, and it's because she can't speak. Let's be honest. But like Wendy said, Beyonce has a 5th grade education. She can't really pronounce words. She can't really add, multiply, divide, or subtract anything other than her clothes for attention. The same formula has been pushed down our throats, and it doesn't equate. It's not adding up for me. She tried to bring out, the jackpot of it all her cash cows, Rumor and Siri, the new babies who she hid, and then try to sue people who posted her, me included. I don't like the bitch. And people don't like her in New Orleans. That's why that house got caught on fire, that mansion. And people were talking about it was some type of witchcraft going on. And I believe it. She's a witch. Look at her. She's a motherfucking witch. And if you're a part of the beehive, then bitch, get ready to get stung. I said, if you're a part of the BHIV, then you're about to get burned. I'm praying for Beyonce and her wigs because clearly Beyonce is autistic and she was not diagnosed. And I support autistic people. I just wish that she could be the spokesperson. She could really be the ambassador. And they could really do wonders for her career and the evolution of a 40-year-old woman still in denial, depression, and delirium because she still bleached her skin trying to look like the white woman he, cheated on her with. Speaking of cheating on and breaking up, which is hard to do, Kenya Moore, who wasn't ever really with this man, but I digress. Kenya Moore, they said the divorce is final. Bitch, you can go on home to the Moore mansion that you built with the ex. Who's the crazy Matt? Crazy Matt. You can go back home to Moore Manor in the ditch over there where Shrek live with the ogres. Or you come out pulling your gun out on people if they just come by. Mark won't be there. And he's trying to keep Brooklyn from being there. However, the judge awarded primary custody to Miss Buttshotts Moore. And I'm okay with it only because I know that Mark is bored, how he's trying to sue her, how he's trying to be petty and come for her in court and try to say that little baby Brooklyn should not be on the show. She needs extra security because she's been threatened. She's a fucking baby. Mark is bored because of the pandemic, has put a real strong hold on his finances. He looking through couch cushions like Ty used to be. He's broke. And I mean, let's face it, he's gay. And until Kenya faces that, they will always be bickering, going back and forth like, best friends do when they don't agree. And sometimes you can be so close to people, they could just be looking like you. I mean, Amber Rose had it bad this motherfucking past week. Her man was out here slanging dick and not caring. I mean, did she at least pinch the dick? Did she at least put her booty in the ass like she did Kanye's? I want to know Amber's realty because she has always been a mute when it comes to this shit. Like she always been signing NDAs upon relationship agreement. Not you, Cynthia. I mean, she has his baby daddy from hell, and she's on this slut walk to hell. And it seems to merge, but unfortunately, she wrote this long ass Instagram post that nobody has the time or capacity to read nowadays, talking about how he's been slutting out over 12 women. And then he goes on to do an interview, double down on the claims, admitting and saying, she basically enabled the behavior, cheered it on, and got with him surrounding it. So are we surprised that this other couple is breaking up? Not really, but the one we really are surprised about is, damn it, B2B. Child, Pam finally getting a divorce from her man that after she got separated from him in 2016. Rico Hines, you a nasty ass motherfucker. I wanted to put your picture up here, but who are you? Like, exactly. Where we won't be talking. Tongue motherfucking twisted. We would not be talking about you, bitch, if it wasn't for Pam, if it wasn't for Rochelle. So let's not get it twisted, Rico. You doing this sex tape like you on some Ray J shit, and it's really giving Ray Jaded because your heart is black, bitch. How could you do this to Pam? Like everybody loves Pam, and that's why she did what she did by putting the sex tape in a group chat with your mother, bitch, because that's what she gonna see. This is what your son doing while he talking about come over this weekend. Me and Sheena want to cook dinner and shit. Like cut out the fraudery, and I'm so happy to Sheena finally stepped to the plate. And I was like 2016, they got separated, and she just now getting divorced in 2021. That's 5 years ago, ho. Do the math. But I realized she was booked and busy, and she didn't have time to get no divorce from your broke ass, Rico. So next, she really was busy. Coco, they keep talking about white people and how dirty they are. I'm not racist. You know when you get a disclaimer, something is coming. I just grew up around a lot of racial epithets that I'm willing to address. Like I always grew up hearing white people smell like wet dog. I don't say I agree with it. I say I grew up hearing. So when they come out the woodwork saying I don't shout Matthew McConaughey, I ain't get to wear the deodorant in 35 years. Okay. It does nothing but confirm what I heard. But boy, some white people that I know, they don't stink. I'm not necessarily. Listen, Linda, I don't smell none of you bitches. If I give you a hug, it'll be a little, but just let it be known. Hashtag, I'm holding my breath because you probably would have made me. Can you keep up? I hug anybody. I'm holding my breath. I don't care if it's my grandmother, bitch. I just don't really like taking people's sense in because you never know what you're getting. And I got some sour shit in my life. And we ain't got time for that. We ain't talking about can you more eggs anymore. We moving on. The moral of that story was niggas ain't shit. And clearly, neither are white people. Coco, you're still breastfeeding your 5-year-old. She's biting on that areola, bitch. Y'all basically having sex. It's foreplay. Have you seen your daughter? Sweet Tea, Long Island iced tea, iced tea's twin. Coco, I'm not gonna go here with y'all because you're not the bitch from SWV and you don't deserve that much attention. But just know what you're doing to your daughter at 6 years old, breastfeeding her, a grown ass man. Sweetie, that's rape. In the words of Olivia Benson from SVW. A bitch could fuck a show up if she can't do nothing else. But you heard that intro. They don't know what it took to get here. I guess, child. They talking about it's this new group, fucking group called Blueprint. I said I saw Pam's fucking dick print. So just party and naughty, my diamond saw me, looks high to you, but I'm so used to first eye view, what a life, it's eyes, and it's high to you, first eye view, yeah. These bitches is just doing what I needed to be done. I was highly disappointed in Encore the show as a whole and what it failed to showcase and present with its wherewithal and bitch it, look it up. With its resources, I believe they could have done numbers with this show. With the hopes of a season 2, we're still looking at things. Look at me sounding like a producer. In it's Jesus' name. Was the album a flop? Because that's what I kept saying, but I can't stop listening to these songs. And we all know music ain't about who's singing it. It's about what is making you feel. And what I felt like is that this was given a good Cherish featuring Shamari. I mean, Play try to come through, but I don't really care about her. She just cares about throwing chicken. And we don't waste food around here. But a season 2, I'm like, who will be good on the season 2 if they will really do this shit women who are really committed, not non-singers like those Misha bitches. Like, I don't got time for the Tracy Braxton storyline no more. That's why I watched the Braxton Family Volume. Braxton Family Vitamins. Braxton Family Volume. I mean, Braxton Family Vibrators. I mean, I would look at a Cherish spinoff. Have you seen their older sisters? Look at the YouTube clip, bitch. I'm feeling really unappreciated the way y'all not acting like these women put that thing in. The production of the show was shit and trash, and I ain't going to compare that to the actual project because I believe that without these Cherish girls, that shit wouldn't have got off the motherfucking ground. Your ass wouldn't even had a damn beat going. Wouldn't even tell Candy? Wouldn't even tell Kim? Without Candy, your ass wouldn't even have a damn beat going. Without Cherish, your asses wouldn't even have a damn beat going. And that's on that. I'm not really trying to bring up hoes who want to be Nene, but Portia's leaving this nation. Girl, bye. Is that a real job? What would Andy say? She said, I'm a journalist. He said, what? You report the news. So now you done playing my job? Yes, he did, in your face. What you gonna do about it? That's your master. Don't make me call Portia. Portia is leaving this nation after 8 years, child. I love this nation. I'm not even gonna lie. I love Portia being 8 years a slave, and I'm disappointed that y'all leaving. Like, what else she got going on? But we go talk about it. I mean, let's ask Ricky Smiley. Ask Ricky Smiley, bitch. What Portia going on? I bet he know, because the reason he hired her is because he wanted to get in between those lovely lady lumps. And I'm sure he did, just like Simon said. He wanted to have 3 weddings. So I guess Portia had to quit this nation to build a African nation with that one married African she then captured for Rolls Royce. We know what Claudia Jordan said. It's Portia leaving the Real Housewives of Atlanta is the question. With 3 weddings in the works, a whole spinoff. Why they giving her a spinoff, we don't know. Portia right now is the biggest jive and shucker. She's that coon in these streets, the Bravo streets right now. She's that bitch who they gonna call, and she gonna give her jobs left and right. I mean, Candy is fading, and we're gonna talk about that. But Portia's not leaving Real Housewives of Atlanta. I doubt it. What I do believe is she's going through a shift, and I don't just mean in her mouth area. And I don't just mean that I think she's pregnant. But I'm not going to talk about kids right now. I got to pause for the motherfucking recap. This is when we just, celebrate the week, not the reek, child. Because y'all be wreaking havoc and y'all be wreaking. Okay. When bitches can't top the charts, they fade into obscurity and shock. This hoe a shoe with no sock. I'm talking about Ivy Flop. All these rumors, sir, thinking that you're J Bay in my way for like dominoes, but you got your spats to fight today. Loving you. Why you want to unbreak my pockets? Say I'm not in debt. Why get together to leave? Who was young, dumb, full of cum and naive? I'm talking to the flock, bitch, and you see the flame. If they not being sheep, then why they fuck they look the same? If he ain't no bitch, teach him. Thought sorry like white people. Lay your bones on the cold side of my pillow because you dead to me. Bye-bye, ashes when I open up the window. Thought they could respect their elders or give the kids a break. We talking Nicki Minaj, current queen of rape. Husband gave kids a massage, the whole fraud snake. What's wrong with this world? Upside down like a fraction. Don't got a baddie, so they had to get a Braxton. She more filler than Cali lips. Travis dropped dick off, then he dipped. If you like tea, then I would sip. All these hoes is fraudulent. But did I lie? But did I lie? But did I lie? Did I announce that I was going live on Egg? Baby, what you don't understand. The main page is down, and I'm down about it. I'm not feeling it. I'm not willing to address that crowd right now. So I tried to go live on the backup, and it said that you are blocked from going live. I did what needed to be done. And now they calling me. Not they calling me like they calling me. Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj. We saw the news this week. I don't even have to really report it, but I wrote a blog, ho. And if you want to support me, then I will read it. Wikipedia.blogspot. Like we say in all our blogs, we keep writing every time we have a post, every time we have a topic like this, of this magnitude, we got to write about it. Because Nicki Minaj, Lord have mercy, Jesus. At this point, Nicki Minaj might as well set up a tent and drag a pissy mattress with her crying infant. She's going to be at the courthouse until her husband is finally sent back to the big house. And not the one Nick rented in Los Angeles to evade. Not Nick. And not the one Nicki rented in Los Angeles to evade pending charges from New York District Attorney's Office. The former rapper, who has never won a Grammy, has taken a much-needed hiatus after being booted from the industry she carried on her swollen fake ass for 10 decades in this bitch. Nicki Minaj is one of the greatest rappers to come out of the 21st century. But what nicotine is not is a good judge of character, a person who is shy to drama and chaos. She's not the unbothered, unscathed legend we thought she should be. Oh, nigga would rather pay $500,000 to harass and embarrass an already wounded rape victim instead of calling Wendy and getting the best divorce lawyer in New York to send this gorilla back to the zoo for once and for all. We all laughed at Nicki Minaj's track record with what she considered men. She's a runner, she's a track star. She bullies one man and then runs to the next. She says she never fucked Wayne and never fucked Drake, but we don't believe that either. From Safari, Nas, Meek Mill, her father, her brother, Nicki Minaj's men in her life always leave her fiending and fending for herself and looking stupid. Now, Kenneth pled guilty in 1994 for attempted rape. The little girl was 16 years old at the time, and he served only 4 years. He clearly did that shit, and now that the past is caught up with this convicted felon, he's using and abusing his cokehead wife to insert himself in some shit that has nothing to do with her. They have been harassing this woman and her children and family, threatening her and making her relocate. She's claiming emotional distress, paranoia, depression. Honey, I'm depressed just reading about the case that's old as I am. These old ass people need to change their diapers and hang it up flat screen. And like I said, I wrote this in a blog. Yana, she's backpedaling. If she's not making excuses for the latest sperm depository, she's bailing her brother out or sending commissary in the form of shade room teen clips of bad Barbie fingering herself with a banana on OnlyFans. Y'all going to jail in hell. And I don't want to hear nothing about free Nikki, because she be the main one snitching on herself and her rhymes. Do I need to call CPS? The way she brags about Percocets and lace blunts and her lace fronts alone are grounds for suspension. 1, why bribe an already battered and traumatized woman when Nikki knows trauma so well because of the miscarriages and when her crackhead father set the house on fire? 2, why not just leave the marriage altogether? The baby don't have to really worry about being raised in a broken home when everything Nico touches falls to shit, including the 360 deal with Republican Young Money. The lies are finally catching up to you, disloyal hoochie. Didn't Ricky say she used to fuck with Gucci? You know what? Never mind. He don't care about the kids either, the way he and Keisha K.O. left the babies in Jamaica for a visa and vagina reconstruction. Should Nicki Minaj go to jail? Yes. Will she? Stay tuned. Bitch, and I'm gonna need all y'all to get tickets to my one-woman show. Because it's going down. I'm gonna write it. I'm gonna produce it. I'm gonna direct it. I'm gonna star in it. My one-man show. One-woman show. Man and woman, because I'm gonna be doing both. Because I can. Congrats to Cardi B and I guess to Lizzo for dropping that new single this week. I heard Cardi was acting like she wanted to eat her out. Don't know what that's about. Don't ask. What I do know is I don't want to see Cardi B giving Lizzo fellatio. I don't want to see Cardi B giving anybody fellatio. She's a pregnant woman. I don't want to see Lizzo getting fellatio. She looks like a pregnant woman. And then she gets on the internet crying about being attacked by the internet, but make a song about rumors and basically to celebrate and ricochet off of troll attention and phenomena. Baby, Lizzo, just say you like to twerk your ass in thongs and get attention. We know. It's not about the music, and it hasn't been, unless you would have stuck that flute right up your pussy where you know it belongs and just made the music happen. I don't subscribe to Lizzo McGuire continues to capitalize off of body image and complains when people call her fat. I do not subscribe. Jasmine Sullivan has never had to rely on her body to sell a record. She's always been an undisputed queen who has finally been receiving her flowers because she has kept R&B alive, and they realized that when they've been going back studying her run, you know, and her. But she's never had to rely on her titties, her gut, the roles she played, or the roles on her back. Lizzo, stop. I'm not subscribing to it. You're body shaming yourself every time you get on the internet with nothing on. We want to see the music. We want to see the substance, and we want to see the material. And we know it's probably in there. But you did a song with Missy Elliott. Call her, ask her what she had to do to just tap into her genius, mind her motherfucking business, get her pussy ate, and go home. She don't got to record everything and be a nasty ass, raunchy, fat bitch. Tamar Braxton were recently complaining about hosting the Baddies reunion. First of all, I got to ask y'all one question. Do I look like a Muppet? Okay. Tamar, Now you my girl. Y'all already know how I feel about Tamar. Anytime. This is one of my girls. She lives to place Emmy. The Baddies reunion was a hot ass mess. We're gonna go there first, I guess. And Tamar got mad, walked off, talked about where's her career come, bloody, bloody, bloody. I don't even know what I want to discuss first. Like it's really going. I'm gonna do Tamar. I'm gonna deal with Tamar first because it's gonna be lightweight. Tamar. Now, I get the embarrassment and I get the disappointment. And I also get the confusion. Lunel felt all these things when she hosted Jocelyn's Cabaret for Zeus Network. And as you sit here hosting the Baddies reunion with Jason Lee, which is a whole nother sector for Zeus Network, you have to ask yourself, what's the common denominator, baby? It's Zeus Network and their lack of structure and their lack of guidance and their lack of order. That shit is going to shit and shambles real fast. You did it for a quick check. And let's not act like you didn't, like you did about to do the surreal life with August Alsina, like you did Big Brother, like you've been doing things, like you did the Get Your Life show, even though you said it almost made you kill yourself and you would never do reality TV again. Then you turned around and hosted a reality television show. I don't understand it either, Tamar. You go back in there, you really probably do need to ask yourself. Now I'm gonna get off her because that's my girl. It was like everybody gets Natalie. Natalie was basically the Jocelyn of the cabaret of the baddies. Like they were all coming for her neck, her big neck, because she got 3 of them. And Natalie was sitting over there smoking the the little damn jewel pen and fucking drinking it up. And Tamar tried to take her drink. It was just going down, and it wasn't really going down. It was a lot of fakery, which it has been the whole time. I had not at all wanting to even talk about this because I did not like baddies. I did not like the show. I did not like the format. I did not like the end goal with nothing. And it seems as if they put them women together to do nothing but play with their time. They were supposed to have really been regaining ownership behind the Bad Girls Club moniker and legacy. After those Bad Girls Club producers, the white men who exploited y'all, used y'all, made y'all fight, show y'all pussies, showed y'all having sex, showed y'all in y'all weakest, darkest moments, going to court, all that tragedy, exploited y'all, and they went bankrupt, baby. And the name Bad Girls Club meant nothing to those industry streets as far as it was concerned. And when it came to a revival and redemption, I don't feel like y'all redeemed yourself at all. I don't feel like y'all are back. Y'all have not been back. Tanisha, you're fake as fuck, and that's a side piece because I don't do you. I feel like you're more popping and really more entertaining in the comments in the shade room. So Tanisha, how about you just stick to that and executive produce from here on out? Because a real bitch would have stayed in the house with those girls and got it popping like you used to do. But I understand you're over it as well. And I'm not saying like get it popping rowdy, but get it popping and make it entertaining because we're not sitting here to see people fist fight. Because to me, that shows a lack of capacity and a lack of really navigating your thoughts. Unless the bitch got to get dragged, like drag me, Monique, but that's another situation. The baddies was trash, and the baddies are trash. And I'm not really looking forward to the track. Speaking of trash, child, is that Kylie Jenner? Oh, Kylie Jenner. Kylie Jenner, they say is pregnant again. I don't know. Like she's the queen of hiding shit. And y'all sit here and y'all let these roaches multiply and complain. So they said Mima Caitlin was the one that dropped the news. And I'm not surprised. Her lips has been loose ever since she got done sucking Corey Dick and Chris Coochie. Kylie's gonna hide again because she's embarrassed. You know, she's one of those predatory white women who seek black men for their DNA and lifestyle alone and really would not be there if they got arrested. I don't do the Kardashians. I see them as witches. I don't really even see them as human beings at this point. The fact that she's having another baby is nothing but an insemination, nothing but a plot and like I said, roach is gonna multiply. So I would not accept anything different from this one. Moniger, Moniger, aka Monica. Every time that bleach drops, because she got lighter, if you ask me. Monica is releasing a country album, child. She's trying to beat K Michelle so bad. K Michelle did it first, bitch, even though she ain't do it. Because they not gonna accept her ass. And I'm not even trying to come for black women in the country business, but name me a black country artist. And you probably can, but you probably can't. Not a black woman. You probably can, but you probably can't. When we talk about crossover, you probably can't. And the reason being is they don't accept us regardless. Like, why would they accept the R&B artist coming over? Monica, you can't even get your album out the trenches. You can't even get that album trenches out of the garage, of your ass, because you've been talking about it since that verses with Brandy when she shut your ass down with her new music, and you have not been able to capitalize or bounce back from that. And I mean, you've been independent. I don't know why you just going back and forth like that. But I'm really not checking for a new album by Monica because she always sounds like she's shitting anyway, and my stomach been hurting enough. Um, she told me maybe I would be for the end of the year. I doubt it. It's a no for me and for Monica, Moniger. But what it's a yes for is, bitch, subscribe to this shit because you never know what's dropping. Because Instagram deleted our page, so you never know when we're going to post at. Follow us on Twitter at Wikipedia. Follow us on TikTok at Wikipedia. Bitch, don't play with me. Bitch, I'm not the motherfucking one. Nah, you know I'm everywhere and I'm all places.
Just body, body on my line. Something is hiding, but I'm so used to the bird's eye view, the bird's eye. So just body, body, yes, on me. And when I look out at you, I'm so